was actually good that you wanted to delay it because I had literally just gobbled up my food. I came home from school at like an hour before, gobbled up the
Mm.
food and then whatever. But then now I got time to print her out.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, I'm very okay. Okay.
Yeah, I miss that painting in my physical space.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you first of all. I need to like the most important thing I need to know is where is it right now?
It's in Amsterdam.
In like what kind of space? Like in just our house?
My sister's crib.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the last I showed it was for like my graduation show.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. And then so there's a lot in it that I have my own uh guesses of,
Mm.
but I'm thinking I just hear it from you. So like could you just I don't know, just like talk about the artwork in whatever way like
Mm.
you
Or
find necessary.
or maybe even you could, for example, tell me like the symbols or the things that you have
Okay.
picked up and like your own interpretation, and I could respond to that.
Okay, so the the like kind of airy, smoky, like white background to me
Mm.
gives like the it's like a spiritual backdrop to the painting.
Mm.
Um, it's like it's like the aura of the painting. I think
Mm.
it's kind of to like both like clarify the rest of the painting and to um, like ground it. Um,
Mm.
because the yeah, and then the background is like is also like green around, right, which to me
Yeah.
felt like grounding. um the the snake and the figures holding it up and down, um to me give like playfulness within danger, because snakes
Mm.
supposed to be scary and stuff, but they're kind of adorning themselves in it. um yeah.
Mm.
And then the like how their faces are not. I remember we talked about this a bit last time.
Yeah.
How the faces are not the features aren't detailed.
Mm.
And then again, it's just presenting um, an aura rather than a physical
Yeah.
replication.
Of that essence, right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, the I wanted the like this part
Mm-hmm.
this part here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like not sure what it is, and it looks like different things, because there's like a face or like a head, like right
Mm-hmm.
underneath the moon,
Mm-hmm.
or what looks like a head, like in relationship with the other heads, and then
Mm.
so it looks like okay, so then that would mean that that's the body, but it looks like more than that, and then there's like a fucking tornado. And then now I'm seeing an upside down wine cup in the like whiteness, and then it also just looks like a close up. Like if you cover the head, it just looks like a close up of a face, like the eye do you see the eye and the nose? And
Mm.
he's kind of like, it looks like the person's crying, and then it just like stops right at where the mouth starts. You get me? So you want to explain what went?
I was literally looking at the at the painting. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Good.
okay. So it's quite interesting because I feel like art has really been a journey. I think especially when I was really just beginning paint. For one, it was like first knowing that I can actually paint.
Yeah.
So like I kind of just duplicated other paintings that I saw. Like I think I did that for like two paintings like I saw, and then I kind of just added something else to the painting.
Yeah.
Like when I got comfortable in
Yeah.
it. And I just applied that to family pictures. I started just painting family images, but then I always felt so um like dissatisfied with those, like, because it was like, okay, I'm painting like my family history and all, but then I was always feeling like I needed to go a step further. And I think that really developed my practice of like collecting images and having my own archive. And I feel like I was looking at these images feeling like there's some type of essence, there's something that I'm trying to like paint and I don't know what it is. And I don't feel, just me duplicating what I see doesn't feel satisfying enough. So even when I then started like broadening the images I painted, um I was painting things that I was finding or like a lot of faces from the archives. But then again, I was still trying to find a way to like transform those images into something else. I think I had like a bit of a break in painting where I was very much carried away by school and everything. Even this painting was during a time for my graduation show, like finishing my master's degree. And for a fine arts and design master's, it was a very theoretical course. Like we didn't really center our artistic practices. But at the same time, I didn't really feel like inviting my artistic practice like into the space. Like I was actually more interested in the theory I was reading and stuff, or rather the languages I was trying to develop, because I was asking more questions about art than actually practicing it.
Yeah.
Like especially the idea of like revolutionary art
Yeah.
and also what it means to like listen to an image,
Yeah.
and also just like beyond spectating black aesthetics as well. Like but black aesthetic as in what currently carries value on the internet in regards to like black beauty and imagery. So yeah, I think when I finally started painting again, the faces just couldn't come out. I think also what contributed to that is the fact that I haven't actually painted in a while. So I think also and I, for some reason, I just didn't feel patient enough to also just want to paint faces in general. Um, I think also I had like, I don't know, spirituality became even more potent in my practice when I started letting go of like detail, but also just allowing for more of a fluidity in my painting. And I think I was also trying to allow for my dreams to inform this practice. So this
Yeah.
painting is really like a reference from like a collage of dreams, but like dreams that were almost born from images that actually exist. So it's like I had some images, like even this man, with his arms stretched out. Let me
Yeah.
look at this paint. Um, this one with the long dreads.
Right.
Like I saw someone like this in one of my dreams. But then I also discovered an image of a man standing in a recording studio in Jamaica when I was like damn near thinking of running away to Jamaica and just like like I had a bit of a existential moment like at some point, like a year or two before. So such like a
Shit.
blessed image to have found like in the midst of other images, and I kind of just translated it almost like it reminds me of this man from my dreams. And like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like in just having this huge surface of a canvas, or
Yeah.
rather, it wasn't even like I found this canvas on the street as well. So some of the blue that you
Interesting.
actually see inside of it, and I think the stars weren't actually me. It was actually on the original thing that was like
That's
painted.
crazy. Bro, my teacher's gonna fucking. She's gonna cream when she hears this, bro. What?
But yeah, it was crazy like finding a huge canvas, and I know I'm about to start painting again. So I kind of just wanted to, and also it has this texture. If you see
Yeah,
this,
yeah, I saw. Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
that also comes from the original, and I feel like I really allowed the ground itself to like matter. Almost, it's like just picking a fragment up of something and just trying to reapply it into a different world, and just also like just because another thing is the privilege of Amsterdam. Like a lot of people dump art in the streets. Like most of my paintings were actually painted on used
Wait.
canvases.
You said picking up a fragment of something and something it into a new world, transforming it. Is that what you said?
Transferring it, reapply. I don't even know.
Reapplying
But
it.
maybe you're
Yeah.
recording this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
Okay.
yeah, people really dump art in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's such like a privileged thing, and I feel like for me, what further informs my art is the fact that I don't really like the fact that it's a commodity based practice, especially in relations with galleries, museums. They care about like what type of paint, what quality of
Yeah.
material, how can we actually preserve this art towards the future, or also towards market value as
Right.
well. The
Right.
longer you have a painting, the more like its price is meant to increase. And to be able to maintain that art is quite important to like maintaining the price. So
Yeah.
for me, this is quite like a wonky, like it was in the rain. It already been through a lot, but like to me, it was still so precious because wow, like this is a big surface to work upon. And I
Yeah.
think like I just allow texture to flow. And I think everything here is really a fragment of something.
Yeah.
uh, I
Definitely.
definitely like this figure that you were trying to like understand.
Yeah.
The boy was actually like a friend of mine. I think one of her nephews in Jamaica, and he was lying under like a waterfall, and the water was like on his body,
I
and I found it to be
see.
quite beautiful, right?
Very
But then things
much.
become way more like figurative in my painting style. Like I don't really take time to compose a figure. I
Yeah.
just like my natural
Yeah.
mistakes and fluidity to
Yeah.
just compose like
Yeah.
a body. And it was interesting because to me he almost looked, I don't know, somehow dilapidated in my own drawing.
Yeah.
Like his head, I mean, he was more like poised under the water in the actual photo, but then in this, it sort of became like a crumbling of
Could you
sorts.
get me the photo, do you think? If not, it's
Uh,
fine, but
yeah, I
it would
definitely have it
be
in my
it
gallery.
would be
I'll pull
cool
it
if I
up.
could get it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So it's almost like he's dilapidating. And I don't know, like it
Yeah.
became even ritualistic. I don't know. Everything just sort of composed into this because I just did it all at once. Like
Yeah.
it was just like a collaging
Yeah.
and full of like essence. Like I
Yeah.
think I was drawing so many essences from so many different places to
Exactly.
almost just form a whole new world. I think that's
Literally.
also another thing, like with the art, is like I'm trying to go somewhere else that I do not know or understand. And I think that's where symbols have become very important to me as I've become less and less like interested in detail
Yeah.
and so I don't know how to describe it. I guess more so the technicalities of
Yeah.
composition, like
Yeah.
in regards to proportion and this
It's
and that. Like,
realism, yeah. It's the
yeah, I'm
realism.
more aesthetic in regards to composition.
Yeah.
Composition,
Yeah.
like I can visualize it, but not necessarily in a way that's proportional.
Yeah.
Like it's still very fluid. I guess it's just jazz, honestly. Like,
Literally.
yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
Literally, that's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, like that's where the symbols like sort of just became like because this is actually where is it? I don't think you can see well. This
Yeah, yeah, I wanted to ask about that too.
Python,
Right.
traditional Igbo Uli art. That's also one of the first art forms I was really studying from Nigeria, specifically from my tribe. It's symbols of the earth that were traditionally painted by women on buildings and on bodies as well.
Crazy.
So actually, all my art always has this. Like I found a way of like
Wow.
embedding that form. Like it's
Wow.
literally art practice.
Wow.
Uh, only that I'm way more. That's the thing. I feel like the printed sheets you will see online of Uli Arts make it seem like it was such a uniform practice. Like you paint the symbol exactly as it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like when we're actually just painting a form of a symbol, but they weren't actually like
Technical with it.
trying
Yeah.
to be like it wasn't as linear like
Mm.
as they make it
Mm.
as
Mm.
like anthropology has made it to seem.
Mm.
So I like to believe that I'm almost interpreting the symbols into like my like how it would naturally evolve. Like I'm not trying to
Yeah.
exactly duplicate what's already there.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
reading. I was rereading the the freedom practices of rememory and
Mm,
picking up on things that I'd highlighted and how they connected with the work. And when you're talking about Toni Morrison, you say that the narrative structure therefore carries degrees of obscurity and abstraction that seek a beyond that is neglected by the oppression of history.
bro, my brain. I was like, damn.
Bro, you
Yes.
have no idea. You know, I was literally sat here reading the freedom practices of memory and the I love supreme, and
Mm,
you know that shit is like Bible. You know that shit is Bible.
give thanks.
It's crazy.
It was literally me, my laptop, and God.
Literally, you can tell. Like, okay, um,
Mm. But yeah, I think the spiral as well is a bit of a snake to me.
mm,
Also, I feel like there's way more snakes than the eye would like permit you to understand. Uh,
interesting.
the horses also signified Haiti to me.
Okay,
Haiti, yes.
nice.
It's crazy because I was walking past like somewhere close to my house at that time, and there was like horses, and one of the horses like just laid down on the grass, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like I've never seen like a